Yo, 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 what's really good? What's really hood? Welcome to the Jamani Show. Welcome to the Jamani Show. It's your boy Jay. I got a quick question for y'all, fam. Yo, did Mendeecees allegedly beat up Jim Jones back in the days in Harlem? Did Mendeecees allegedly beat up Jim Jones in Harlem back in the days? Give me y'all perspective, man. Keep it a $1.50. Tell me how y'all feel about that. One.
In a shocking turn of events, fans and followers are left reeling as Mendeecees files for divorce following the jaw-dropping revelation of a bombshell DNA test that threatens to unravel everything we thought we knew about his relationship with Yandy Smith-Harris. What was once considered a rock-solid marriage is now under intense scrutiny as new revelations surface, threatening to dismantle the perfect image they had so carefully curated. Yandy, who once stood steadfastly by his side through thick and thin, is now at the heart of a storm of speculation and heartbreak. This revelation comes as a complete shock to those who believed their relationship was built on a foundation of trust and love, but now, with the truth coming to light, nothing will ever be the same. Will this stunning revelation tear them apart, or will they manage to rebuild what once seemed unbreakable? Only time will tell.
Yandy! Hi, Yandy.
This is my husband.
Don't touch me. Show your husband. Don't touch me.
Wait, let me. I don't know. Wait a minute. No, wait. I don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
No, I
Don't touch me. Smack the hand. Don't touch me, nigga. Give me a hug.
my husband like that. Fucking
What you doing? Fucking doing?
like that.
Give me a hug.
Listen,
Why you had to
jump,
jump?
you Flip.
I just want to touch the hands.
See,
I
you
just got my
doing
nephew
this
here.
again. Come on, Flip.
I'm gonna touch
Flip. Don't playing with the hands and you yelling. Come on.
Why you had them jump me?
I didn't have nobody jump you.
So why they touch me for?
You touched me. You smacked my hand.
Alright, so what, man? I give you a hug, man.
Come on, Flip.
No!
Come on, see,
No,
stop.
don't touch me.
Flip,
Don't touch me. Give me a hug.
Stop.
Give me a hug. You touch me again. Again.
In an unexpected revelation that no one saw coming, Mendeecees has filed for divorce after a DNA test exposed a truth that could tear apart everything we thought we knew about his marriage to Yandy Smith-Harris. The results of the test revealed that Yandy had been hiding a massive secret about their family for years. When this information went public, the drama on social media exploded, leaving fans stunned and struggling to comprehend that everything they believed about the couple might have been a lie. Did Yandy have a massive secret? How could this be true? The questions kept piling up, leaving fans in disbelief. What does this mean for their future? Could this be the end of one of reality TV's most beloved couples? After a heated argument between Mendeecees and Yandy, the tension reached an all-time high. Fans were on edge, eagerly awaiting as the jaw-dropping details of the scandal slowly unraveled. Mendeecees stared at the DNA test results in disbelief. His hands trembled as he gripped the paper, unable to process the truth. The truth was undeniable. Yandy had been claiming the child as hers, but according to the test, the child was not his. How could this happen? Mendeecees had trusted her with everything, and now he felt utterly betrayed. The harsh reality was staring him in the face, and he didn't want to believe it. How long had he been blind to the lies? How many precious moments had he spent with the child, believing it was his? Family trips, birthdays, late-night feedings, all of those memories now felt like a cruel joke. Every time he looked into the child's innocent eyes, he had convinced himself that staying with Yandy was the right thing to do. But now, the weight of betrayal suffocated him. His chest tightened as his mind raced, reflecting on every moment he had spent with the child. He needed answers, and he needed them now. Without a second thought, Mendeecees stormed out of the house, his mind a whirlwind of rage and confusion. He had to see Yandy. He had to know why she had lied to him for all these years. The anger surged inside him as he drove. It wasn't just about the child anymore. It was about the lies, the years of deception, and the shattered trust. When he arrived at Yandy's house, he didn't know how he would react when he saw her. Could he even look her in the eye? The door was open, and Yandy was inside, completely unaware of the storm that was about to hit her. She was preparing dinner, her back turned to the outside world. Mendeecees paused at the doorway, taking a deep breath to steady his shaking hands. He could barely control his emotions. With a voice filled with fury, he called out, "Yandy!" The moment Yandy heard her name, her smile disappeared, and she turned to face him, worry flooding her face. "Mendeecees, baby, what's wrong?" she asked, walking toward him with palpable concern. But as soon as she saw the expression on his face, she stopped in her tracks. Mendeecees thrust the DNA test results toward her, his voice cold and sharp. "I need answers, Yandy," he demanded, his eyes blazing with anger. The paper trembled in his hand as he pushed it toward her. "Explain this," he spat. Yandy's face went white. Her smile faded, replaced by an expression of sheer terror. Yandy couldn't hide the truth anymore. She took a step back, swallowing hard. "You don't know what you're talking about," she stammered. "You don't know what I'm talking about," he shouted. "This test says the child isn't mine. You've been lying to me all these years. How long has this been going on, Yandy? How long have you been hiding this from me?" Yandy opened her mouth to speak, but no words came out. The weight of the accusation was suffocating. Her mind raced, but she couldn't find the words. She had never expected Mendeecees to find out like this. The anger in his voice hit her like a physical blow. Her voice shook as she whispered, "Mendeecees, I didn't lie. It's complicated." Mendeecees almost screamed. "You think it's complicated to tell me the truth? Or is it complicated because of all the lies you've been telling me, too?" Yandy's heart sank. She knew there was no escaping this now. The guilt was eating her alive, but she wasn't sure she was ready to face it. She felt cornered, like there was no way out. But deep inside, a part of her still wanted to make things right. Her mother's words echoed in her mind, and the guilt became unbearable. It was one thing to face the betrayal from Mendeecees, but hearing her mother's disappointment cut deeper than anything else. "Mom, I didn't mean for it to go this far," Yandy whispered, tears slipping down her cheek. "I was trying to protect our family, protect Mendeecees. I thought I could handle it, but I couldn't. I didn't know what else to do." Mrs. Smith paused, staring at her daughter, a look of disbelief and hurt in her eyes. "Protecting him by lying to him? How could you think that would protect anyone, Yandy?" she said, shaking her head. "You weren't protecting anyone. You were protecting yourself, hiding the truth. And now, look where it's gotten us. You've destroyed everything." Yandy's hands trembled as she gripped her phone tighter. She wanted to explain, to fix everything, but it felt like it was already too late. The truth was out, and now she had to face the consequences. The weight of it all pressed down on her, suffocating her with each passing second. The house that was once full of life and noise now felt empty and silent. It was a painful contrast to the chaos they had once known. She had always been the one to keep everything together, but now her life was falling apart. The cracks she had tried to cover up for so long had finally broken open, and everything she had worked for, her relationship with Mendeecees, her family, was now in question. There was no going back from this. "I don't know what to do, Mom," Yandy whispered, her voice breaking as she wiped away another tear. "I never meant for any of this to happen. I thought I was doing what was best for everyone, but I don't know what to do anymore." MC's absence was deafening. The house, once a place of warmth, now felt cold and empty. The future felt uncertain, and every step forward seemed like it led to a dead end. Despite the overwhelming pain, there was a small part of Yandy that refused to give up, not on Mendeecees, not on her family, and not on herself. She wiped away her tears and took a deep breath, feeling a flicker of determination rise within her. Maybe it wasn't over. Maybe there was still a way to fix this, to heal the wounds, to regain what had been lost. But she knew it wouldn't be easy. The truth had been revealed, and now she had to face the consequences, no matter how painful it might be. Every day, Yandy tried to reach out, but it felt like every door she opened slammed shut. Mendeecees was distant, unreachable, his silence louder than any words could have been. The emptiness of the house mirrored the emptiness she felt inside. She couldn't undo the damage she had caused, and the weight of her mistakes was more than she could bear. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was dealing with his own pain. He couldn't even look at her, let alone listen. The betrayal had cut too deep. He was trying to rebuild his life, but every effort felt like carrying a weight too heavy to bear. The support from friends and family was there, but their words couldn't heal the wound. Nothing could undo the lies. All he wanted was answers, clarity, and peace, but peace seemed out of reach. The public was divided. Fans who once admired the couple were torn. Some sympathized with Mendeecees, understanding the depth of his pain, while others pointed fingers at Yandy, questioning her motives and the truth behind her actions. The media frenzy intensified, and Yandy and Mendeecees found themselves at the center of a storm they had never been prepared for. Yandy couldn't shake the thought that haunted her. Could they ever come back from this? Could trust ever be rebuilt? Would Mendeecees ever look at her the way he once did? And if he did, would it ever be the same? As the weeks passed, Yandy clung to the fragile hope that perhaps this was only the beginning of the healing process. The journey was long and uncertain. The pain was raw, and the scars would take time to heal. But despite the emotional rollercoaster, she was determined to fight for their family, for their future. Mendeecees, too, was struggling with the enormity of their fractured bond. Neither of them knew what the future held, but one thing was clear: the love they once shared had been irrevocably changed. Nothing would ever be the same again. Yandy's conversation with Mendeecees opened old wounds, but it also sparked a glimmer of hope. He had expressed a willingness to communicate, but he made no promises that things would go back to how they were. It was a long road ahead, full of unanswered questions. The path to rebuilding trust seemed impossible, but Yandy was determined. With therapy, vulnerable conversations, and moments of silence, she knew the journey would be tough. Forgiveness would take time, but she was ready to fight for their future, no matter how hard it might be. The children, too, were caught in the middle. They had always seen their parents as a united front, but now they were witnessing their heroes falter, struggling with the tension that had grown between their parents. The air was thick with tension as Yandy's mother continued to pressure her to make amends. Yet, despite her efforts, the path forward remained unclear. Miz, once steadfast in his belief in the strength of their bond, was now torn. He questioned everything: his trust, his love, and his future. However, as time passed, something began to shift subtly between them. They started talking again, though not always about the painful past or the lies that had been told, but about their hopes for the future. While their relationship wasn't perfect, and they weren't magically the couple they had once been, there was a small, flickering possibility that things might improve. Miz agreed to spend more time with Yandy, allowing her the space to prove that she was truly committed to making things right. But with each step forward, the weight of the past hung over them. The trust that once bound them together was now fragile, and neither of them knew what the future would hold. The journey ahead remained uncertain, and many challenges lay ahead. Meanwhile, the drama played out in real time for the public. Fans were divided, unsure if Miz and Yandy could truly reconcile. Some still held on to hope that they would weather the storm and emerge stronger, while others felt the damage was too great to repair. The media, ever hungry for the next twist, continued to speculate about the future of their relationship, feeding the public's curiosity with each new development. The question remained: could Miz and Yandy truly heal their relationship, or was their love story doomed to end? The drama was far from over, and fans watched closely, eagerly awaiting what would happen next. Would they find a way to rebuild after the betrayal, or was this the final chapter for one of reality TV's most iconic couples? On a typical evening on the set of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the stage was set for another round of drama, alliances, and betrayals. But no one could have predicted the bombshell that was about to drop. Erica Banks, the rising star known for her quick wit and unapologetic attitude, had been harboring a secret, one that, once revealed, would shake the foundations of the show. Behind the glitz and glamour of the Love and Hip Hop universe, where scandal was almost expected, there was one secret that had managed to remain hidden despite the careful efforts of those involved. Mendeecees Harris, one of the most well-known and beloved figures in the Love and Hip Hop franchise, and Jasmine, the newcomer with a penchant for stirring the pot, were not just friends as they had led everyone to believe. They had been involved in a secret affair, one that would soon come to light, thanks to Erica's determination. For weeks, Erica had been piecing together small, subtle hints, discreet conversations, late-night phone calls, and suspicious glances between Miz and Jasmine. At first, she had dismissed the odd moments of tension. But as time passed, it became harder to ignore the undeniable chemistry between them. Erica, ever the sharp observer, began to realize that their interactions were far more intimate than anyone had noticed. Whispers of their closeness grew louder, and what had been a growing suspicion slowly became undeniable. The tipping point came one evening during a private gathering that Erica attended. She hadn't expected anything out of the ordinary, just another night filled with drama and laughter. But as soon as she walked into the room, the atmosphere felt different. The energy was thick with tension, and in a quiet corner of the venue, Erica saw it. Miz and Jasmine were deep in conversation, their body language betraying an undeniable closeness. There were lingering touches and quiet exchanges that no one else seemed to notice. Erica's heart sank, and the pieces clicked into place. The affair wasn't just a rumor, it was real. As a truth-teller by nature, Erica was conflicted. She knew that revealing the affair would cause chaos, but she also knew that it was a secret that needed to come to light. The Love and Hip Hop world thrived on drama, but Erica had always believed in one thing: loyalty. What she had witnessed was a betrayal of loyalty, not just between Miz and Yandy, his wife, but also within the entire circle of friends and family they had built. Miz, who had so often projected the image of a devoted family man, had been playing both sides, hiding his affair with Jasmine from everyone, including the woman he had promised his heart to. Erica's decision to expose the affair wasn't driven by revenge, it was about transparency and truth. The more she thought about how deeply Yandy would be hurt when the affair eventually came to light, the more Erica realized it was her responsibility to expose it. The Love and Hip Hop franchise often revolved around deception, but Erica wasn't going to let this one go unnoticed. The truth, no matter how messy, had to come out, too. In the dramatic moment that followed, Erica made the choice to stand before everyone and reveal the affair. Cameras were rolling, and the atmosphere was electric as she spoke with a steady, firm voice. "I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but there's something that can't be hidden anymore," she began, her eyes scanning the faces of those in the room. "Miz and Jasmine have been having an affair for months now. It's time everyone knew the truth." The revelation landed like a bomb, and for a moment, no one spoke. Miz, who had always been composed and confident, was visibly caught off guard. His usual cool demeanor faltered as the secret he had so carefully kept hidden was now exposed. Jasmine, equally shocked, tried to maintain her composure, but her nervous glance toward Miz betrayed her unease. The affair was no longer just a secret between them, it was now out in the open for the world to see. Yandy, who had been absent from the gathering, soon found out. The heartbreak in her eyes was palpable. The pain of betrayal was something that no camera could capture, and it was clear that this was more than just a public spectacle. Miz had promised loyalty, commitment, and a future together, and in one moment, that promise seemed to dissolve. The fallout wasn't easy for anyone. Some of the Love and Hip Hop cast members showed sympathy for Yandy, while others defended Jasmine's actions. Jasmine, who had been trying to carve out her place in the Love and Hip Hop world, found herself facing an uncertain future. The affair had cost both her and Miz more than they could have anticipated. The trust they had taken for granted had evaporated, leaving in its place a whirlwind of drama and fallout. In the weeks that followed, the consequences continued to unfold. Yandy, devastated but determined, had to confront the reality of her marriage. Miz, now exposed, faced the repercussions of his actions both personally and professionally. For Erica, her decision to reveal the truth solidified her place in the spotlight. Her bold move shook up the Love and Hip Hop narrative in ways no one could have predicted. The affair between Miz and Jasmine became a turning point in the saga of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, showing that even in a world full of fame and glamour, no secret remains hidden forever. Erica's decision to go public with the secret wasn't motivated by revenge, it was about transparency and truth. The more Erica thought about the hurt and pain Yandy, Miz's wife, would eventually feel when she found out, the more she realized it was her responsibility to expose the affair. The drama in the Love and Hip Hop franchise often revolved around deception, but Erica wasn't going to let this one slide unnoticed. No matter how messy the truth was, it had to come out. The moment finally arrived, and Erica made the choice to reveal the affair to the cast. The room fell silent. Cameras were rolling, and the energy was electric as she stood before everyone, her voice steady yet firm. Erica began to speak, carefully choosing her words but delivering them with undeniable power. "I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but there's something that can't be hidden anymore," she began, her eyes scanning the faces of those present. "Miz and Jasmine have been having an affair for months now, and it's time that everyone knew the truth." The revelation landed like a bomb, and for a moment, no one spoke. Miz, who had always been composed and confident, was clearly caught off guard. His usual cool demeanor faltered as he realized that the secret he had worked so hard to keep hidden was now exposed for the world to see. Jasmine, equally shocked, tried to maintain her composure, but a nervous glance toward Miz betrayed her unease. It was clear the affair was no longer a secret between them. The world was about to see everything. Yandy, who had been absent from the gathering, soon found out. The heartbreak in her eyes was palpable. The pain of betrayal was something no camera could capture, and the emotional toll on her was evident. Miz had promised loyalty, commitment, and a future together, but in that one moment, that promise seemed to dissolve. The weight of his actions was now visible for everyone to witness. The tipping point came one evening during a private gathering Erica had attended. She hadn't expected anything out of the ordinary, just another night filled with the usual drama and laughter. But as soon as she walked into the room, the atmosphere felt different. The energy was thick with tension, and in a quiet corner of the venue, Erica saw it. Miz and Jasmine were deep in conversation. Their body language betrayed an undeniable closeness. There were lingering touches and quiet exchanges that no one else seemed to notice. Erica's heart sank, and the pieces clicked into place. The affair wasn't just a rumor, it was real. Ever the truth-teller, Erica was conflicted. She knew that revealing the affair would cause chaos, but she also knew that it was a secret that needed to be exposed. The Love and Hip Hop world thrived on drama, but Erica had always believed in one thing: loyalty. What she had witnessed was a betrayal of loyalty not just between Miz and Yandy, his wife, but within the entire circle of people they had called family and friends. Ms., who had always projected the image of a devoted family man, had been playing both sides, hiding his affair with Jasmine from everyone, including the woman he had promised his heart to. Erica's decision to expose the affair wasn't about revenge, it was about doing what she believed was right. The more she thought about how much Yandy would hurt when she eventually found out, the more Erica felt it was her responsibility to bring the truth to light. The drama in the Love and Hip Hop franchise often revolved around deception, but Erica wasn't about to let this one slide. The truth, no matter how messy, had to come out. The world of celebrity drama had just gotten even messier. Erica Banks dropped a bombshell about the secret affair between Ms. Harris and Jasmine Washington. The revelation sent shockwaves through fans and followers of Love and Hip Hop, leaving everyone asking the same question: what really happened? In this script, we dive deep into the allegations, unravel the timeline, and explore how this scandal could shake the very foundation of Ms. and Yandy's relationship. Erica Banks, a rising star in the music industry, stunned fans during a recent interview when she revealed the affair that would change everything.